And hello everyone, welcome to the Season 3 Week 5 BOP tier list video. This week's data was captured Thursday afternoon CST using the iRacing Reports Discord, link below. And folks, just a quick note, next week there will be no Week 6 tier list, but we'll be back for Week 7. Alright, starting off, let's take a look at the Touring Car Challenge. This week it's at IMOLA. For the fixed series, BOP based off the average median pace is back within 1 second pace of each other, with all median average race lap times in the 159s. So the Honda Civic and RS3 go B tier, the Veloster A, the Elantra A plus tier. So here's the Touring Car Challenge fixed tier list for this week. Okay, and with the open setups, the pace stretches out between cars a bit. In B tier goes the Honda, A tier the RS3 and Veloster, and going to go with S tier for the Elantra. So here's that tier list for the Touring Car Challenge open. And as with the touring cars, the GT4 series is also at IMOLA. For the fixed series, it's looking here, we got one car outside of the 1 second median pace window, while the rest are within 1 second of each other. So that's going to put the Porsche and that unfortunate car going to D tier. C tier goes the BMW, B tier the McLaren, A tier the Mercedes and Aston Martin, which is looking marginally better, so maybe an A+. And here's your tier list for the GT4 Challenge fixed for this week. Okay, now looking at the open series, okay, we see some switcheroos here. So D tier goes the BMW, C tier the Porsche. The Aston Martin drops back a bit, joining McLaren in B tier. And the Mercedes is going to hold fast here in A tier. And here's your tier list for the GT4 Challenge open setup. And just a quick note, if you're enjoying this BOP video, drop the hammer on that like and sub button if you haven't already. And if you'd like to support a little bit more, if you're able to, there's all super thanks and join buttons down below. Alright folks, moving on to the GT3 Challenge fix, which heads to Montreal, Canada, to the circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Hopefully I pronounced that right this time. Alright, so looking at the data a little bit more closely here, it looks like the field is pretty split. In D tier goes the McLaren and Ferrari, C tier the Porsche and BMW, B tier the Mercedes Evo, and S tier to the Audi and Lamborghini. And here's your GT3 Challenge fixed tier list for this week. Alright, now let's take a look at how the BOPs pan out in the GT3s in the 40-minute open setup VRS Sprint race. And looking a little bit closer here, it looks like the median race pace does get a bit closer across the board with the open setups, although not so much for the Ferrari McLaren, with the latter having limited use, so both are staying in D tier. But B tier gets a bit more crowded with the Porsche, BMW, and Mercedes. Then, although it's a bit closer in pace, the Audi and Lamborghini still stay in the S tier status. So here's your VRS GT3 Sprint race tier list for this week. Okay, we're moving on to the IMSA Hagerty, which goes to Lime Rock Park. And looking at the data a little bit more closely, it's looking like the community is sticking mainly to 3 cars this week, providing pretty low numbers of data points for the other 4. With that said, as it stands, McLaren and Ferrari go D tier, C tier the Lamborghini, B tier the Porsche, A tier the Audi, Mercedes, and the A+ BMW, which is interesting skewing occurring in that box plot. And so here's your IMSA Hagerty Series GT3 tier list for this week. Alright, and last but not least, I'll quickly hit the European Sprint Series, which goes to Spa. And here we see D tier the BMW, C tier the Ford, B tier the Corvette and RSR, and A tier for that Ferrari. And here's your tier list for the European Sprint GTE cars. So there you have it folks. Please go check out one of my other most recent videos up in the right hand corner. And I do stream some of my longer official races in league racing here on YouTube and other various games outside of racing over on my Twitch stream. Links below for that as well as my other socials. And until next time, safe driving.